Right now on Apple Valley News Now live at 5 p.m.
Freezing rain could make roads treacherous for unsuspecting drivers. We'll tell you where and how transportation crews are prepping for icy conditions.
Then mourners gather to remember a Yakima teen who was murdered. How faith leaders are bringing healing to a place marked by violence.
Also, wrestlers battle fatigue at the Winter Cup tournament. The stamina strategy keeping one competitor sharp at Hanford High.
And let's go outside. Live picture from our Kennewick Skycam. Meteorologist Hayden Nix is in for Stacy Lee tonight as shower chances return. Your news at 5 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Great to have you with us on this final Tuesday of 2025. I am Austin Reed.
And I'm Wendy Redman.
First at 5 o'clock, about 30 community and family members gathering today to remember Francisco Serrano Martinez, the Yakima teenager who was shot and killed last week. The Moment of Blessing event was put on by the Yakima Association of Faith Communities. The organization is an interfaith group and holds events like this one to honor people who die violently. Colby Roberts, a rector from St. Timothy's Episcopal Church, says the blessings also help restore a sense of peace in a place marked by violence.
That which was taken from us by violence and death, we reclaim as a place of life, community, and hope.
Roberts telling Apple Valley News Now this is the 10th Moment of Blessing the organization has put on this year. He says he hopes each one will be the last.
I wish we didn't have to do this. I see the hurt, the grief, the loss in people's lives. There is no reason for this much violence to occur in this place.
Serrano Martinez's death is still under investigation.
All right, we do want to switch gears now and get you over to weather. December starting to feel more like winter, but could it also start to look like it soon too?
Well, let's check in with First Alert's Hayden Nix. He's in for our Stacy Lee, tracking our New Year's forecast. Hi there, Hayden.
Hey, yeah, everybody, there's a lot going on in the forecast for this week. We've got the cold weather that is just sticking around, and that's causing some problems, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But if you look outside, it's a clear and beautiful evening with temperatures right around freezing at this point here in the Tri-Cities area. But with that consistent big ridge of high pressure that stayed locked in over the last day or so, we just cannot get this air to mix out. So while it's looking nice outside, we have what's called an air stagnation advisory that's in place for all of the valleys, and this is due in part to the ability or inability rather for that air to mix out. So just for the next couple of days, this is going to be a problem until we can get some changes coming our way, and we'll see that with more conversation to have with that in just a little bit. Temperatures here in most locations in the 30s in the valleys. We do have some 20s already starting to pick up, but tonight we'll have those temperatures continue to bottom out with low to mid 20s expected for all locations in the area, 25 in Tri-Cities. And then we'll start out chilly in the morning. Be aware we could have some patchy freezing fog with that through at least 10 a.m. and then we'll warm up to just above freezing once more by the afternoon. As we head into New Year's Day, we are going to be watching closely for the possibility of some freezing rain, which we'll talk more about in depth in just a little bit.
All right, and from a news standpoint, we want to talk about that a little bit because it could be a slippery start to the new year. Thursday, parts of the Columbia Basin and Northeast Oregon are expected to see freezing rain. The Washington Department of Transportation says they plan to send trucks to de-ice highways and state routes if they start to get slick. Although the forecast doesn't show a lot of freezing rain headed our way, WashDOT says it doesn't take much to cause a problem for drivers.
They just need to slow down and give themselves more time to get where they're going and just more of a cushion around them. So don't follow very close to people so they have adequate braking time and just pay attention to the road conditions and what other people are doing.
And again, Hayden will be back in just a little bit to detail those specific conditions for you. Drivers are also reminded to move over a lane and drive slowly if they see WashDOT or first responder vehicles on the shoulder.
Other news, and to a follow-up now, the Sunnyside City Council now has weight lifted from their shoulders as they raced against time and approved their final budget. The mayor and city officials approved a balanced budget during a special meeting Monday night. We were there. The plan is supported by an investment fund set to mature in March to further strengthen the city's finances. The community pool will remain open with a new schedule providing important activities for youth. To maintain financial stability, a hiring freeze will pause new hires for the first quarter while officials carefully assess the city's fiscal position. Residents should also prepare for a rise in garbage bills due to third-party fees previously subsidized by the city.
What had happened is we had been supplementing those increases and not charging it back to the citizens adequately. And so they were getting a break, which is great for them, but it was costing the city a fair amount of money out of our general fund, and we can't afford to do that. So we had to pass that along to the consumers.
The mayor confirms that public safety remains a top priority with full funding for both police and fire departments in that new budget.
Staying in Sunnyside, the mayor not only closed out the last special meeting of the year, but also his last meeting as mayor. At the meeting on Monday, he ditched his usual polo and sported a customized shirt from his wife. He also took the time to hand out his last 2 mayoral coins, one to Councilwoman Vicki Ripley and another to a previous mayor who served as a mentor to him. The mayor then outlined the next steps for the city to fill his vacant seat come the start of the new year.
What happens in January 12 is our first regular council meeting, and I won't be there, so the deputy mayor will step in the interim as the highest elected official for the city. Then they, at the beginning of the meeting, will conduct an election for a new mayor and a new deputy mayor. And it can be any council member who's serving on council legitimately, and they will select the mayor, and that mayor will serve for two years.
He says the process usually takes about 15 minutes. He added he'd like to express his gratitude to the city for allowing him to serve on the city council board.
Staying in Yakima County, the city of Zillah is seeking community feedback as it prepares to update its comprehensive plan next year. Michael Graham, the city administrator, says the changes could regard parks and recreation, development regulations, capital facilities, and transportation, along with infrastructure. He says updates to the plan could also open the door to possible future construction projects, including a sports hub, community market, and public safety building. The plan is updated every 10 years, and Graham says community members will be able to share their thoughts.
We're going to have a very exhaustive, extensive public engagement part that's going to encourage and invite them to be part of creating that 20-year vision for the future. And then we will take those ideas, those desires, those needs that the public has, incorporate them into the plan, which then serves as the foundation for us to take actions going forward.
He says the process will start in March or April, and the plan will be finalized in the fall. In the meantime, an online forum is available for feedback. Now to our big national story, potential new clues in the urgent search for a missing Texas teen who authorities say vanished on Christmas Eve.
Law enforcement believes she could be in imminent danger. Here's Maribel Gonzalez.
New dashcam video shows a person that appears to match the description of 19-year-old Camila Mendoza Olmos walking alone shortly after she was seen leaving her home near San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah, what we'd really like to do is be able to better reconstruct the morning of her disappearance.
The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says this video was recorded by a person in his neighborhood who was driving to work around 7 a.m.
This video here, as grainy as it is, actually goes a long way in showing us what we believe to be her and giving us at least a direction of flight of where she may have last been seen around that time.
Authorities believe Camila left home that morning with only her keys and possibly her driver's license. Camila's mother says she thought her daughter was just taking a walk, but then noticed she left her phone behind.
I called her cell phone, but the cell phone was there on the bed and it was turned off. So I put it to charge and I went out to look for her. I thought I would find her like other times, walking, and we would come home together.
As search efforts intensify, the desperation from friends and family grows.
We've gone day and night, scraping our legs, not eating, just helping. We're definitely staying positive for them and doing as much as we could to put our best and putting our all into just finding her, just to bring her home safe.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
Police say Mendoza Olmos was last seen wearing a baby blue and black hoodie with baby blue pajama bottoms and white shoes.
Following this newscast, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir picks up on coverage of whiteout conditions and icy roads, plus President Trump's escalation on Venezuela after a dock was hit.
And still ahead here on Apple Valley News Now live at 5, we will tell you about a unique New Year's celebration without the noise and crowds, but with plenty of wellness and connection.
And Hayden's coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast. Check out this gorgeous sunset in progress. Look at those colors. Hopefully we have more beautiful sunsets on the way. Find out when we come back.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric wants you to stay warm now and pay later. Upgrade your HVAC system today and take advantage of $2,000 in federal tax credits. That's right. When you combine your $2,000 federal tax credit, exclusive Daikin savings, and local utility rebates, you could get up to $5,750 in total savings. Don't miss out. These federal tax credits expire soon. This winter, don't leave it to chance. Call Vance. Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric.
Apple Valley News Now's Christmas Wish is coming to an end for 2025. But before it wraps, we want to acknowledge and thank Idaho Community Credit Union, IBEW Local 112, Chinook Home Healthcare, and Yokes Fresh Market. Also, a big thank you to viewers who submitted names of people in our communities who need help. Because of these efforts, many families had a much merrier Christmas and will start the new year a bit better off. Christmas Wish from Apple Valley News Now. See you next year.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
Cle Elum offers something special in every season.
An absolute adventure. Every single day is different. It's that sense of community, I would say, that really drives us. It's why we want to live here. It's what we love the most about being here.
It's a really beautiful small town with mountains and everything you ever want to do or adventure.
There are a lot of great restaurants, a few wineries. There's a lot to do and see here. Cheers to Cle Elum.
Learn more at centralwashingtonoutdoor.com.
A special place on the scenic Clark Fork River. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6.
Welcome back, everybody. If your plans include checking out a New Year's Eve event tomorrow night, there is one unique way to do just that.
Yeah, in Richland, an alcohol and phones-free celebration is focused on wellness, connection, and transformation. The event is titled Angelica, and it is set to take place at the Ruby Gallery and Events Hall in Richland's Uptown. The experience, organized by local group Sacred Echoes, starts at 8 p.m. and runs for about 3 hours.
Unlike a traditional party with loud music and chaotic crowds, Angelica features an ecstatic dance set, a curated sound journey meant to encourage movement, surrender, and reflection.
When you think about New Year, it's a reset, and it's not just about, resolutions. You know, I do goal setting every year, but I think that it's very important to come together in community and do something positive and think about, like, you know, who do we want to be in this new year?
After the dance, the night transitions into stillness with a sound bath and guided meditation experience.
Attendees are encouraged to bring pillows, blankets, or yoga mats as they journey inward, releasing old patterns and setting intentions for the year ahead. Talking local sports now, the Winter Cup Wrestling Tournament continued with the boys' portion of the tournament taking place at Hanford High School. Stamina and mindset are two important factors for wrestlers going into matches, which can be tough to maintain during a large tournament, especially in such a physically demanding sport. Each individual wrestler seems to have their own personal techniques to stay ready in between matches.
I like to rest a lot, sit down, kind of cool off, but I don't like to sit down too much because it just kind of gets your head away from the wrestling state of mind. But like a little secret trick I use is I do like honey. I eat a lot of honey during, like in between wrestling matches, like a little natural energy boost for me.
The Winter Cup has now wrapped up for 2025, and teams will get ready to head back to school and continue with traditional dual meets against opposing schools.
In health news tonight, this year's flu season is getting worse with more people catching it. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says 7.5 million people have had the flu so far this year. More than 3,000 died, including 8 children. The states seeing the highest levels of flu activity are Colorado, Louisiana, New Jersey, New York, and South Carolina. The CDC recommends everyone 6 months and older to get a flu vaccine each season, but vaccination rates have actually been decreasing in recent years. Doctors say it's not too late to get a flu shot.
Also, Wendy, the United States has seen nearly 28,000 whooping cough cases this year. It is the second year in a row that the U.S. has topped 25,000 cases, another sign that the risks of falling vaccination levels pose. The infection can lead to severe illness or death, especially in young children. Roughly a third of babies younger than 1 who have whooping cough require hospitalization. 13 deaths from whooping cough have been reported in the U.S. in 2025, most of them children under a year old. That is according to the Pan American Health Organization, which also reported the rise in whooping cough is not unique to the U.S.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
Well, let's get to that forecast. We have got some things to talk about here over the next few days as we wrap up 2025 and head into 2026. Let's start with the headlines here. The big story is going to be a couple of foggy mornings here, but with temperatures below freezing, that will be freezing fog. Light glazing could set up there on those cars and maybe even on the bridges and overpasses that have not been treated. So just be advised there. Then we're going to segue into some shower activity for New Year's Day and also the opportunity for some freezing rain to mix in with that. So let's get started here with the fog. The next thing chronologically here that we're going to be talking about, visibility for tomorrow morning is going to be less than a mile, and most of this is going to be a time frame of anywhere from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. all across the board here. So no matter where you are in the area, Yakima, Tri-Cities, Pendleton, that's going to be problematic for several hours if we can get all the conditions to work out just right. So just a heads up for tomorrow morning, that will be a problem, and then we could see that once more on Thursday morning. Then after that, we transition to some problematic rain activity here with Thursday, Friday, and Saturday seeing, at least in the Tri-Cities area, anywhere between a 20 to 30%. We'll start to see that drop off a little bit as we head into the weekend, but still not zeroing it out as we have a subtle rain chance in there for next Monday. So let's look at the big picture here. So as we start to observe what's happening out across the Pacific Ocean here, we're going to see a couple of disturbances moving in, and that is what's going to help get rid of the stagnant air that we're seeing right now, but it's going to take some time. So that's why we'll still see that stagnant air advisory in play until Thursday, and then we'll start to see enough of these low pressure systems working in to help lift some of this air out and also mix it with some fresh air coming in from elsewhere. So until then, we're going to keep things dry. No rain chances in the forecast until we make it towards Thursday, New Year's Day itself. And then watch as we progress throughout the day here. So this is 9 a.m. on Thursday morning. Notice I've turned on the temperatures just to illustrate a point here. We are beginning to see by noontime and thereafter enough moisture in the air beyond just clouds to see some rainfall activity begin to pick up. And within this, we could see those temperatures right around freezing. And I want to point something out here. Notice that the temperatures are hovering several degrees above freezing. I think this is going to be too warm. So if you've got a weather app that you really like, that's not ours, make sure that you're being very careful observing those temperatures. They may be a bit too warm. So I'm going to say these temperatures are a little bit closer to freezing, which creates that problem with freezing rain potential through much of Thursday afternoon and evening. And that's where we could see some light glazing setting up here. I think temperatures, if they can get a degree or two warmer, that will alleviate the problem. It'll just be rainfall as far as totals go, not looking at that much as far as liquid is concerned, around 1/10 of an inch at best. Here comes that boundary lifting through here on Friday. That's going to help at least bring more moisture back into the area and give us an opportunity for additional showers and even some snow in the Cascades building in there. So step out and show you as far as timing goes. We are going to see that freezing rain potential for the afternoon hours for the Tri-Cities, but rainfall totals are going to be limited in the valleys. Of course, they are going to be elevated in the higher elevations like the Blues and the Cascades, as there will be traces of snowfall in the Cascades around the US 97, I-90, and US 12. 4 to 5 inches will be possible there. We're going to take a look at your 7-day forecast coming up at the end of the newscast.
All right. Hayden, thanks so much. Are you ready for it, Austin?
I am. I was hoping for a little snow, but...
Well, winter is still young.
I know, yes, it is, that's for sure.
It is still young, my friend. All right, well, coming up in tonight's Spotlight, students take action to help their neighbors, how these young leaders are bringing hope to their community. Stay with us.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Get ready to feast at Legends Casino Hotel's ultimate all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive into fresh Dungeness crab, wild Columbia River salmon, juicy prime rib, and much more. Taste it all every Thursday starting at 4 p.m.
Apple Valley News Now's Christmas Wish is coming to an end for 2025. But before it wraps, we want to acknowledge and thank Idaho Community Credit Union, IBEW Local 112, Chinook Home Healthcare, and Yokes Fresh Market. Also, a big thank you to viewers who submitted names of people in our communities who need help. Because of these efforts, many families had a much merrier Christmas and will start the new year a bit better off. Christmas Wish from Apple Valley News Now. See you next year.
Is it cold outside? Chuck here from Pizza Speedway in Kennewick. Swing by and grab hot pizza in minutes. Right now, buy one pizza, get one free of equal or lesser value. Limit one per customer. With this deal, you can get 2 large pizzas for $17 plus tax. Call ahead or walk in to order. Then cruise the drive-thru or step inside to pick up. Just mention this ad for the discount. Cozy up with a slice and a flavored energy drink or soda infusion. Visit us today at 525 North Edison in Kennewick. Pizza Speedway. Dinner in a flash.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford Crew Final Days. Initiate Final Days protocol.
And just announced Final Days bonus cash. That's 1,000 bonus cash back, and that's on top of other offers.
Hurry! Built Ford tough trucks are moving fast. Ford SUV is almost gone.
Built Wild Bronco family, adventure is selling quick.
Lease a Bronco Big Ben for $339 a month for $36, or a Bronco Sport Big Ben for $269 a month for $36. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Ring in the new year with First Night Tri-Cities at Giza Carousel of Dreams, presented by Seattle Children's Hospital. Join us December 31st from 4 to 9 p.m. for true family fun. starting with unlimited carousel rides, bounce houses, interactive activities, and live performances. Tons of fun for everyone and spectacular fireworks. Make memories this new year with First Night Tri-Cities. Visit firstnightricities.com or scan the QR code now. Purchase your tickets today to speed up entry at the door.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
From our family to your family, season's greetings.
Time now for your Spotlight at 5. You know, before winter break, Toppenish high school students partnered with local organizations to feed families this year. Together with REACH and the Safe Haven Community Center, students organized and helped run a pop-up food distribution event, which helped hundreds of families receive well-balanced meal options. Have an idea for the Spotlight? You can send it to us through any of our social media platforms or online, AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
All right, well, stay with us because we have a final check of your forecast when we come back.
Season's greetings from all of us here at Apple Valley News Now.
You didn't start your business to deal with banking headaches or get lost in automated systems that don't understand your unique needs. At Bank CDA, we help commercial and small business owners secure the funding they need to grow with a local bank that actually listens. We've helped numerous businesses in the Inland Northwest secure funding that aligned with their unique goals, from new equipment purchases to complete business expansions. Don't let banking slow down your growth. Apply today for a commercial or small business loan from Bank CDA.
There's a million reasons to celebrate New Year's Eve, and winning $1 million is one of them. On New Year's Eve, Wild Horse Resort and Casino is giving everyone a free entry to be one of 12 finalists in the $1 million Monte Carlo Grand Prize. Come claim your entry, then play in the Casino Royale with fun money and win real prizes, including a trip into the Cash Cube. Continue the night with live music, dancing, and more on New Year's Eve. Play, party, and win at Wild Horse Resort and Casino.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Is your bundle a bundle of joy? Do you celebrate your contract's anniversary? No? You should meet Ziply Fiber. High-speed fiber optic internet means more freedom, more reliability, more speed on all your family's devices, all at the same time. Happily ever faster. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans start at $20 a month.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads with strategies for your business to grow brands across the streaming apps you know best.
Plus, we have the local expertise that connects you with new customers in Central Washington, Northern Oregon, and the world.
Wherever your market is, whoever your market is, we'll get results that matter and build your business.
Phase 3 Digital from Apple Valley News Now. We know digital. Contact us today.
They're not fancy. No leather seats, no powerful sound systems, but they have wheels, seatbelts, and AC. These are Apple Valley News Now cruisers, and they go where news happens. Because Apple Valley News Now is everywhere you need us to be.
Reporting in Pendleton, Ellensburg, Tri-Cities Airport.
From the Blues to the Cascades, one television station leads the way with local news you trust. Oh, and when you see one of our cruisers, please go ahead and wave. We're Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Always on your side.
Well, let's get one last look at that 7-day forecast, starting with the Tri-Cities here. We are going to see some chilly weather continue there, but no surprise, it's something we've been used to over the last few days. Rain chances increase as we head into the new year. We're going to have to be careful with Thursday. We could see some freezing rain possible, those temperatures flirting very close to freezing, but if we can stay a degree or two warmer, we will likely just see that as good old-fashioned rain, and we'll keep those rain chances going for a few days thereafter as temperatures slowly try to warm. Ellensburg, the same story there, 34 Thursday, 36 Friday, finally getting into the 40s by the weekend. Hermiston 34 Thursday, 40s by Friday and Saturday. Notice those overnight lows will still remain below freezing, or get to below freezing, that is. Walla Walla 34 Thursday.
Hayden in for Stacy. Thank you.
Yep. Potential for freezing rain to kick off the new year. How about that?
See.
All right. We'll keep you posted on that. But for now, that'll do it for us tonight.
Hoping your news is good news. We're back at 6.